We're trying something new today. We're trying the horizontal chat. We're trying the horizontal view. But now, where's my chat? It's a good thing I'm so good at this. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Just checking. Good morning. Gonna give a moment for people to come on in. If you are here, could you say something in the chat so I could, hey! Hi guys. Oh, weird. Okay, so I'm going horizontal today. We're trying horizontal. And now your comments are just like mystically appearing in the middle of the screen. That's so different. Okay, you're glad I turned the camera. Okay, this was gonna be the homework that I was gonna ask everybody. Do we like this orientation or did we like yesterday's orientation? We'll have to do a vote at the end. I don't know. I watch things on my phone, so I don't really care if it's one way or the other. I don't know if there's like a benefit to doing it either way, but today I did it this way and you guys can decide if this is better. The horizontal's better. Okay, well, that's 2 for horizontal. So we're already winning. Landscape, YouTube, portrait, Insta. Like when I say that I am helped, this counts. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, Danielle just finished playing day 1 of True North. And what do you think? Elk Yard reporting for duty from Charlotte. I need to know what beautiful baby I just opened. What do you have? Which advent do you have? Oh, we're about to get into day 2. I'm just giving a second for more folks to pile in. Oh, Eileen from New Jersey. Good morning. True North. Oh, okay, fun. True North day 2. We've got some convos to have. So we'll do it. Definitely horizontal. All right, so there's like a firm, we're liking this better. Even though you guys can see my helping hand. This is what holds the phone. When we card for hours, we sit the phone in this hand. and yes, sometimes people wander into the wool room and make it do rude gestures. But you can't do everything about that. Just saying. It is kind of funny. But no rude gestures on the lives. None at all. We're going to make the helping hand behave. You guys want to hear something awful? I can't find David. I went looking for him the other day. He lives normally between the Carters. And I was like, where the heck did David go? And Aaron swears he saw him in a bin. Because we did like move the wool room and stuff. But he's been here in the new wool room. So anyway, we're looking for... Just putting a call out for David. Got to find David. Okay. Started spinning day 1. Craft areas just look messy. Maybe he's in an advent. I know. Where's David? Okay. I feel like we're gonna get started. It's aesthetic mess. Wool maximalism. Yeah. Right. Sure. Aesthetic mess? Maybe. I am not an overall sentimental person, okay? I don't really have a lot of like traditions or whatever, but I am very sentimental in like streaks. So there's like areas of high sentimentality to me. And there is an area just over here, you can't see it, like it's up above my desk. And that is where like very important, beautiful things live that and they might mean nothing to anybody else. A scrap of paper with something written on it, whatever it may be. And I will keep that for like forever. And the garage has a wall like that too for Aaron, like a memory wall. It's got some great stuff on it. So the wool room is interesting that it's a mixture of like all my sommeliers live over in that corner too. I've actually spun up because every sommelier sample, right? I've got sitting over there in the corner and I can like grab a blob and look through the tags and consider and go choose my next sommelier. But they all kind of live. I have this one, like, I don't know what it is. It's like my little home nesty corner over there off camera, but it's riddled with treasures. You want to see? I'm going to show you one of my stupid treasures. Hold on. And then we're starting because I'm not going to go on here forever today. He watches me package your orders. Just want you all to know. He has no name, but we love him. Okay, anyway, that's it. All right, we're here. We are going to start opening day 2. So if you are, if you've happened across this YouTube and you're new, basically I am a wool processor, Melly from MellyKnits, where I wash a lot of wool and I card it and I get it out into the world to hand spinners who are going to spin on little sticks, or they're going to spin on like spindles, and they're going to spin, well, the little sticks are spindles, but you know what I mean, wheels, anything like that, and they're going to make yarns, and then they're going to make beautiful pieces that are going to last forever and ever, and I get to be this little part of that at the beginning for some folks, and I absolutely love it. So I made a gigantic project this year, 2 of them, and they are called, this one is called Delightful, and this one is called True North. Boom. And they have many little days of wools to try for the hand spinners. So we're here opening them live, and we're on day 2. And today I'm going to start with day 2 of Delightful, because yesterday I started with True North. So for a reminder, day 2, day 1 was Bond. It was called So Emotional. And today is Bond again. It's called Emotional Attachment. That is this day. Day 2 Bond, another beautiful little flower. We love the hand stamped seed paper cards. And you'll notice that the days that contain the like specialty fiber, the exotic fiber, are always going to be in the colorful foil. So days that are just the plain fiber are in the plain foil, and and come with the treasure, and then the other day is just going to be wrapped up like a little foil magic like this. Shall we open it? Feel like I need like music to unveil. All right, here we go. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, wait a second, Melly, this looks identical to yesterday's Bond, right? I worked very hard to have the days look similar, because again, to state it again, there is a plan, an intention behind it where you can ply day 1 and day 2 together. And I'm not a huge barber pole fan, like a high contrast barber pole, but I do love a subtle barber pole. So that's what we're gonna get this year in Delightful. So we have another gorgeous grayish happening, smooth, cool morning grayish, right? Think like really cold earth. That's what I wanted this to look at, because we are up there in the tundra, right? Looking at the art on the bag, cool dirt, that kind of thing. So this day is blended with 20% Cashgora. For anyone who's unfamiliar with Cashgora, it comes from a goat, and you've got cashmere, that comes from a goat, and you've got Angora or mohair. Angora goats grow mohair, but if you take a cashmere goat and an Angora goat and they have a baby, you get a Cashgora goat. So what you get with Cashgora is kind of the best of both worlds. So micron-wise, higher than cashmere, for sure. It would almost be like super, super soft kid mohair. So like if you've ever touched kid mohair, way, way softer, but still you get the shine like you would from mohair. Is everybody here? I haven't seen a comment in a bit. Hello? You get this shine from mohair, and you are here. Nice. Okay. You get the shine from the mohair, but you get the softness and like the fluff from the down of the cashmere, right? So you get this really kind of fun mix. And the reason why I chose Cashgora over, say, choosing just straight up cashmere, just put straight up cashmere in this thing, is because I have cashmere here, and I had a color that would have suited really nicely, right, to the Bond. It came down to the feel factor is what it came down to. So, okay, so first of all, cashmere has a much shorter, cashmere has a much shorter staple. So here's a bit of cashmere combed to, this is from Mongolian cashmere. And as you can see, it's like, we're just like little, like what even is going on with this little fluff, right? And if I pull a little section out, like the longest we're gonna be is, cashmere's really short stapled. It's kind of like, it's a down, right? It's like a downy little thinger. Here we go. And then you've got your mohair. Now this is from an Angora goat. This is local, local producer in BC. So it's kind of more roving than comb top. So it's gonna be harder to get a length. Let's see. I have a washed Angora fleece here somewhere. Hannah, I tried finding her. So you guys can see like a shiny lock. I couldn't find it. But with mohair, you're gonna get a lot longer. This is not gonna be easy to see. Really, really shiny. And a lot of us are familiar with mohair, right? It's in sock blends and it's like, it creates that halo effect, and we hold it double with our yarns to get the floof. And then this is Cashgora, and you'll see right away why I chose this one for this fleece. This is from Cashgora Comb Top. Okay. Now, do you see why I chose it? Look, here's day one. And here's the Cashgora. Do you see what I did there? So not only was the color profile on point, because here's day one without anything in it, right? So now we can side by side compare day one and day two. These guys are looking like twins. We're twinning. And for Delightful, I was trying to get as close to that as possible for the effect that I was hoping for with the plying. Anyway, but not only is Cashgora the right color profile, but staple lengthwise, it does pull a bit more of that, like it's at least 2 to 3 times as long as the cashmere, right? Like it's quite long. And I liked that with the bond, because we talked about the bond yesterday being like a fine wool with work boots. The bond is like, there is an element to it that where you can feel the history of the long wool that was originally blended. Also, oh my gosh, Harriet from How Knew We Wool told me yesterday in a DM that she forgives me for saying that bond originated in Australia. It doesn't. It originated in New Zealand. Correction. I told her, I'm like, I will correct it on the live the next day. It's from New Zealand, where Harriet's also from. So of course she knows, and she's a shepherd there. Harriet's the shepherd of How Knew We Wool, by the way. So she was in the DMs like telling me how beautiful things were looking. And also, you're wrong. I was like, whoops. Okay. So the history of bond, you definitely do feel more of that long wool vibe than you would, as we talked about in this inverse, which is Corriedale. And something about, because cashmere is lovely. We love cashmere. We love cashmere. And price-wise, it's not like this was a more economical choice. Cashgora is up there with cashmere, right? It was a matter of, I liked the higher luster that we're getting in this. Like, look, this is a higher luster, and bond has like a natural luster. The color was dead on. I liked the increased staple length, but you still get that softness. It's never going to be wiry. Like a mohair can get kind of wiry or prickly. You're just not going to get that with this. But anyway, that's why I chose Cashgora, and it just paired so stinking beautifully. And like this color, we did not want to, someone just said the Corriedale's from New Zealand. Yes, both are from, Bond and Corriedale are both from New Zealand, as is Polworth and Harriet's How Newies. I said Australia yesterday and then got me some correction. Anyway, so there you go. There is Delightful day 2. No treasure comes on the day 2 day. Curious for you Delightful spinners to see how you feel the fiber is changed. I'm going to assume, as with most of the days with the specialty fibers, most, not all, that you're going to feel an increased sort of slippiness with this. Like as you're spinning, it's going to just be smoother and maybe more prone to fling out of your fingers. So curious, you guys can report back. There it is. There is Delightful day 2. We did it. Okay, day 1, day 2, bond. Out of the way. Now we're going to open up, processing the bond. Was there any special notes to processing the bond? No. It was a very straightforward wash. Bond is actually really easy to wash, pick, end card. It's not fussy at all. So if you ever want to foray into fine wool, like if you're like, oh, I don't want to process fine wool, I don't know if my carder can do it or whatever, I'd say if you wanted to try, dip your toes into the land of bond, because it's not fussy at all. I had to pull out none of my tricks. Okay, now we're gonna open True North, day 2. Are we ready? Boom. Don't we love the color of that string? My sister killed it. She dyed so many pretty colors, and we have Mr. Moose. Mr. Moose is lovely. So as we talked about yesterday, True North is moving geographically across Canada. So we had Newfoundland yesterday, and today we are in Nova Scotia. And this is, Nova Scotia actually had a really hard time finding alpaca. I thought wool was going to be the hard one for me to find. It was actually alpaca, well, depending on the province. This was a difficult province. So this one's from a maker called 3 Fathom Fiber Arts, and they're sort of like a fiber shed / collective over there. I don't know if it's like a pool, that kind of a thing. This is a hand-processed alpaca. I did not hand-process it. The artist at 3 Fathom Fiber Arts hand-processed it. And this is the highest grade alpaca in the whole Advent. So alpaca grading works like the lower the number, the softer. Yeah. And then goes up. So similar to wool, right? And this was a grade 3. So it's going to have a slightly higher micron. It's going to be the highest micron alpaca that you're going to see in the whole Advent. So first of all, here is the treasure that came with it. This is called the Gatherer. It is from Sweetgrass Skin Co. and it is a bison tallow lip balm. So specifically bison. So we did have a tallow lip balm yesterday from Mazza House Pottery. This one's from Sweetgrass Skin Co. They're in Alberta. I ordered both of the ones they make. They have a more plain one. The Gatherer has extra little ingredients in it. It's got like yarrow and beeswax and olive oil and the bison tallow. But they also have one that's kind of just bison tallow with a little bit of vanilla. I ordered both. I liked this one better, but they're both absolutely lovely. I also ordered from like a couple different companies. And while everything was lovely, this was my very favorite. I am a lip balm fiend. You will always have lip balm in a MellyKnits Advent. I use it on the back of my hands when I scour a lot, when they get chapped. I've got it all over my lips all the time. I do not live without lip balm. I've got 17 of them in every purse. I'm just that person. I'm always putting lip balm on my lips. It's my strange addiction. So I'm very fussy about my lip balms. And they can't be like slimy, greasy. I can't feel like they dribble. So anyway, this one was magical. So I ordered like one of each from like kind of like a bunch of places, and then this one just won out, and then I just went back and I'm like, I need 60. You know what I mean? I think I ended up ordering like 75 because then I just kept a bunch for me. So it's got a really lovely like they don't use fragrance, and very back to the earth. It kind of smells just smells clean and good. Like there's no scent in here other than like the natural kind of like herbal scents that go on in this. So there's your treasure for True North Day 1. Real cool Indigenous owned company to check out. Sweetgrass Skin Co. They're on Instagram too, and I'm gonna like tag them and link them and everything in the description of this video. And now we open Day 2, which just flung onto the floor. Ugh. Okay, here we go. Day 2. So we talked about Nova Scotia. Wow. I'm a little disordered this morning. We talked about Nova Scotia alpaca. And now we're going to show what it looked like. This one was paired with wool from Saskatchewan. Ooh, look at that color. Isn't that gorgeous? We love these wools. Here's the lock. There's our lock. Look at this crinkly French fry, babe. Look at that. Look at that 80s crimp going on. She'd be hot at the mall for sure. We love, we love. Yes, yes. Okay, so this is Glenda. She is BFL ex Dorset, ex Clun Forest from Loch Lomond in Saskatchewan. I use Loch Lomond a lot in my shop. I really love their wool. They've got really fun X's. You guys might have seen, there's been some like well-known ones, like the Dude just went out and like a monster amount of chaosing, like I think in September's shop update. I've had a couple of real hitters that have gone out that people have just loved. So I reached out to Brooke when I was doing this. We're a little off season, no one's shearing when I was looking for this fleece, and I was like, what do you got? And honestly, I've probably processed 25 fleece from Loch Lomond in my time, maybe more even, maybe even more. And I just went crazy for, hold on. I just went crazy for this fleece when she sent it. And having processed so many, I feel like I can speak to saying like, this is like one of the nicest ones I've ever had from Loch Lomond. I love Glenda. And what a cool mix. Hey, BFL, so we got a long wool vibe. And then 2 down wools. I'm a huge down wool lover. So having Dorset and Clun Forest, both in like the genetic mix of this. On the cards, guys, if you see X's, that means it's crossed. If you see and, that means I've blended 2 different things together, just so you guys know. X is BFL X. Okay, so we took Glenda, and she's very light and airy, but got all this great crimp from the down wools to her. She's got a real nice demi-luster, and put her together with the slightly higher micron, beautiful hand-processed alpaca from 3 Fathom Fiber Arts in Nova Scotia, and, which was like a reddish color. Peep this color. Can you guys see that? It came out like the lightest rusty kind of deal, kind of business. I don't know how great my lighting is in the wool room today. We're winter in BC. It's like overcast all the time. And the feel of it, I was kind of considering who gets, I don't want to call it scritchy alpaca. It's grade 3. It's not like it's, like rough. But I was just curious, like which fleece can carry that? And when I was looking at my options, which I can't speak to my decision process here, but it was just something about this one and Glenda going together, and it made the most beautiful, like, what do we call this color? It almost looks a little bit rosy or orangey. Like it's kind of pulling out that, man, I don't know, but it is so pretty. It is so pretty. And the alpaca, I don't have any left, but it was like a darker, rustier red color. It was really, really pretty. So that's what we got. The blend of those 2 together is so nice. And there's all my stories. What else do I have to say? Processing Glenda wasn't an issue. She had a couple of spots up around her neck or shoulders where she had a bit of dry skin. And we just skirted most of those areas out. And I didn't see any remnants of it when we were working with her. Otherwise, I don't really find, like, there's like a tiny touch of like a dandruff. I never really find that an issue when I'm working with wools, because it kind of just flings out when you're carding or when you're spinning, versus if it was a skin condition like scurf that sticks forever to your wool. Those ones I don't work with. But otherwise, I think she was a pretty straightforward wash. She had a really lovely, like I said, like, she wasn't like Loch Lomond stuff. I never find that it's really dirty. I don't know if it's where they're at in Saskatchewan. It was just effortless. There you go. She was an effortless scour. Some aren't. And so that's why these ones, when I have scours that are effortless, they kind of stand out. So there you go. There's my information. There's day 2. If you're tracking with this, remember these stickers come off real easy on the backs of the cards, and you can just be, here's my True North. I put a couple of these in every advent. So if you're following along and you want to, say, plant this card later on or whatever you're doing with it, these can just go boop and stick right to this card, which you can keep to track along with your, wow, I can't use fingers today, which you can keep to track along with your spins. See? See what I did there? It's a little messy. I could have left the backs blank, but I wanted to leave options open for people to use these as they want to. Okay, anyway, there's all that I have to say, I think. Are there any questions about today's advents? Talked about processing them, talked about the decisions that I made in them. I don't know. Tomorrow we move on to a new fine wool in Delightful. We're going to open up the next of the 6. Ooh, and I can't wait. We're starting to get, never mind. I'm not going to tell you guys anything. So tomorrow we are going to dive into a brand new Delightful fine wool. So we're going to say goodbye to Bond now. We've opened it. We've appreciated it. It's beautiful. And another day in True North. Tomorrow I think we're hitting up PEI alpaca. Yeah. Ooh, okay. So one question that just came through. What was it dyed with? She uses acid dyes. She uses acid dyes and she just dyes these things up. So True North is filled with all different colors of yarn. It's really, really pretty when you lay them all out and look. Yeah, she used acid dye, but she has all her recipes written down. If you really love it, you can reach out to Nicole and see if she'll slap it on some wool for you. Nicole's my sister at Mazzahouse_pottery. Okay, I'm gonna go. We are 24 minutes. Wow, I keep thinking I'm gonna be 12 minutes on here. I'm double. I'm a yacker. Okay, guys, I'm going to head out and get to work today. We've got a big Melly knitsing day going on. Oh my gosh. All the wait lists will be shipped by the end of today. And totally done. And then I've already started on sommelier for December and on the Sneak Attack Secret Shop update. So I gotta go get to work. But kisses to you all. It was great. Thank you for joining me for the opening, and see you back tomorrow for a brand new fine wool on Delightful. How are we feeling about this time, by the way? 9:30 again tomorrow, my time? Or should I try and hustle and get here a little earlier? Do we have thoughts? Good time, says Marie. I know we have so many time zones, like even Kaylee's on here, and what are you, Kaylee, like 4.5 hours ahead in Nova Scotia? I don't even know. If you have a preference, and if I can accommodate it, I will. It's your advent, you do you. Ugh. Could I even appear here earlier? Fully formed. I don't know. I have no idea. 9 a.m. would also be good. I was kind of wondering about 9 a.m. as well. I kind of wondered if that would be a good vibe for me to do. Let's say tomorrow, ooh, if I'm here at 9 a.m., I'm definitely not dressed. I'm just going to put that right out there. Okay, tomorrow, 9 a.m. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. All right, kisses. Love you. Goodbye.